Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Andersons Vitamix Professional Series 300 video. Woohoo! All right, this is what we're going to do first. I'm going to describe the product to you, and then we'll get into making a smoothie, one of my favorites. It's a kind of a peanut butter and jelly takeoff with extra protein. All right, so here we have our Professional Series 300 Vitamix blender. As you can see, I have also taken the canister off already, and that is just to show you how it all goes together for those of you who are maybe just purchasing one or thinking about it. The canister itself holds 64 ounces, which is equal to 2 liters, and 8 cups. If you look along the side, I don't know if this is able to show you very well. See, there is a scale there. So it does give you those measuring capabilities that many other blenders have given in the past, but to a lot greater detail. Now, I got this mixer, I keep calling it a mixer blender, whenever my husband and I were looking for a new mixer, and I said, I want one that does ice too. So it has to have a blender attachment, and it has to be able to crunch ice. Well, he looked and looked, and well, the bottom line is he came out with the best they make, and that is what you're seeing right now is the Vitamix Professional 300. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I've got all my ingredients laid out here, and I just wanted to go through and show you. I'm going to go ahead and put my milk in first. Why? Because we always try to put the liquid items in first. That helps any of the harder stuff. It gives a little bit more, creates less of the tension, and you know how sometimes you hear that rock sound? You may hear it in here too, but having that moisture down in the bottom really helps keep that going. In that same vein, what else I'm going to add, I'm going to go ahead and put my banana in next. So that's 1 banana I just chopped up. Be easy to take care of. Next, I'm going to put yogurt in. So I've got a half a cup, believe it or not, of yogurt. And I'm going to go ahead and just drop that on in, already measured out. Okay, I can't, trying to do the video and do it. Let me get to that. And I have a handy spoon, spatula. Okay, and what I've done with this, I like to use Greek style low-fat yogurt. So this is just a plain, and that should be fine. Obviously there's more in there, no big deal in the demo. And I've got some smooth peanut butter, creamy peanut butter. I am going to go ahead and drop, that is 1/4 cup. Now I like the peanut butter flavor in mine, so that's why it's probably a little bit on the heavier side. I also like to make, if I didn't mention this, I'm making kind of a peanut butter and jelly style smoothie. So when you have your peanut butter, you also have to have your jelly. So now I have fresh blueberries. And I'm going to guess about 1 cup, maybe a little bit less than 1 cup in there. Here's my pint. Here is my pint container, and it was slightly less than half. You put in what you want. I put in what I want, so that's why it ends up this. This is fresh honey from a local grower, and it is palmetto honey. That means from the palmetto bush, the palmetto tree. We have lots of those here in Florida, so that's perfect for this smoothie. And we'll end it with that. And I add protein powder. Now for me, this will be a meal replacement. This is not a treat, this is my meal. So I am going to add it. You can see how it all looks. Notice I put the powder item on last. And on top of everything else, I have a big cup of ice. Now this particular cup, I believe, is 21 ounces. So I have already crunched it up. So I'm going to just dump it on in there and give that. Now, I did tell you that it was almond milk that I used. I did use the low-fat style Greek yogurt. I used the creamy peanut butter, palmetto style honey, and I have fresh blueberries. Alrighty. Now, when this thing starts going, it's going to get very loud. When it is very loud, you are going to find that you're not going to hear me very well. So I'm trying to just talk to you about everything up front. When you buy the Vitamix, you will find you have this, it's a heavy-duty plastic. Perfect. I thought I had to have glass, to be honest with you, because my previous one was glass. No, I'm good with this. This is a nice heavy-duty plastic. It's lightweight. I love the rubberized handle on it for nice grip, and I love the pouring spout. So that enables you, obviously, to do a lot more with whatever your dish is that day. For example, a lot of people will do soup, and which I think is very interesting because from what I've read about the soup, I haven't done it, is that you can run it for 5 to 6 minutes and the soup's automatically heated up for you. I mean, really hot. So my husband's going to start working on that one soon. Anyway, so then I'm going to put the lid on. Notice the cap on the lid. Notice the cap on the lid. All right. Now, what happens here is I also want you to notice see how the grip for that rubber, the rubber grip there, that is perfect to make sure that lid is on nice and solid. This is a rubber plastic lid. It's very heavy duty. You will really like this. All right, now the tapper. What this does is, if you notice, if I put it in, this is the farthest it'll go at the top. You see that little ridge there at the top where my finger is? That is bigger than the hole whenever you uncap it. So I take that off. I will put this in. And I can never hit the blade. So I can use it for whatever I need to, but it will never hit the blade. Isn't that great? So, but what I will use that for is whenever the mixture gets so thick, or if I need to clean the sides off or anything, or if you hear it going, you know, the real grinding noise, then that tells me A, I need more liquid, and B, I can add the tapper to help clean it while the machine is running. Yes, that's a very important fact about the Vitamix 300. You can run the machine and be tapping it at the same time. Fantastic, because that's unusual. And if I need to add any more water or any other ingredients, milk or what have you, I can always just open up the cap there and pour it in. Just to show you what it looks like right now. You can see where the tapper went, and that's all the ice around it. Hopefully that's coming up okay. Now we'll back away. Now this particular machine, put the cap back on. This particular machine also has multiple features. So it has the variable speed dial, and it has a pulse feature. So what I'm going to do is it also has a master switch. So over here on the back side, you can see the switch on off. Okay, I will turn that on. Let's see, when I turn it on, you'll see it lights up. All right, we'll back away. And now what they say is when you start this, sorry about all the bouncing around in the video. When you start this, you will start it on 1. You always keep your variable speed dial at 1. Before you turn it off, you turn it back to 1. No matter what you do, you keep it at 1. When the machine is running, you need to move it up, it says to 10 for a smoothie, for 1 minute. All right? So now, and then you put it back to 1. I tend to do it gradually, and I don't always go to 10. Okay? That's just my personal thing. All right? Now, the pulse, obviously the typical pulse, you start it, it'll grind, you'll stop it, you know, push it up and down, what have you. This button over here is start on the top and stop on the bottom. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to start it, and then I'll do the variable speed and get it on up to 10, and I'll bring it back down. You'll see, okay? But I think we're ready to go. Everything you need is right there, and we're about to make our peanut butter and jelly smoothie. So let's get started. Like I said, okay, flip that switch. See it starting. stop it and do the pulse. So it just does it at that speed, that variable speed. So if you had it higher, it would do it higher. See? Going all over the place. Okay, so now I'm going to back it back down to 1. I'm going to start it up. And I am going to let it go. Okay, I'm going to turn it off now only because I want to show you the consistency, and I also want to tell you that I think my ice was slightly melted, and I would, oh no, well, yeah, it is, but that's okay, that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and serve it. I'm in Florida, and it is very hot and humid here. It is summertime at its glory. Now, this particular one requires multiple. So I'm going to go ahead, fit for 2. Alrighty. Now, clean up. This is what they say. So this is what it looks like. You saw the consistency of the smoothie itself. What they say is all you have to do is put it in the water. I like to rinse off the lip up at the top, but fill it about halfway. You see, I try to help it out just a little. Okay. Blueberries tend to stick to the side of the bowl too, so the skin of them. And also they say just to put like a drop or 2 of liquid soap. So that's what I just poured in there. We'll go back and see. Now they say to run it for 1 minute at 10. Again, I won't do 10, but I'll get close. So hang on and watch. If you can hear me, I do watch the top to make sure no suds or anything are, exploding or coming out. I haven't had that happen. I have had, I could see the foam at the very top from the soap. So just, for me it's just caution, keep an eye open. So now we're washing it. Okay, I'm going to turn it back. For time's sake, we'll go back over to the sink. I'm taking it off, the lid off. I'm going to just place it in the bottom of the sink. And now what they say is just pour it in to top the lid. So all the excess cleans the lid. Now you look at the bowl, it's pretty much cleaned out. Now I just run my water, get the soap suds pretty much off. And, you can do some fine tuning. Sometimes that peanut butter gets stuck on the side too. So that makes it a little interesting. Alrighty. So then we just put it in the dish strainer when you're done. Same thing for the lid. Just give it a good little rinsing. And guess what? You're done. Do the same thing with the tapper now that I've got a little bit of ick on it, and we'll be ready to go. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you'll come back and see one of my other videos too. I love my Vitamix Professional Series 300. Very, very happy I got it. At first, wasn't happy about the money, what that was spent, waited a while to use it. Now I'm using it almost every day. Again, it's very hot here in Florida though. Okay? Take care. Bye.